DI Dojo.
All right, cool. Welcome everyone. I'm just starting up the stream right now, so hopefully I just pasted the link to the stream in the chat, and if you guys are able to follow that and just let me know if you can see the stream. There should not be much there right now, just the loading page. Can you see it there, Dragon Bro? Oh, follow the link I pasted in the story chat. Nice. All right, was that Darth Vader? Right on, cool. Well, yeah, so my thinking with this is that I would like, in my ears right now is the audio that's playing on stream, and that has some music and some things that are stream alerts and things like that. That'll be cool for us to have together. But then also, yeah, it's just kind of challenging with the Discord audio, because if you have the Discord audio in your ears, yeah, and then you're trying to listen to the stream, it'll be a slight delay through the audio. So what I would think would probably work pretty well for us, Darth Vader, is you could mute, I guess you could mute your headset microphone, when you're not talking, and then you can listen to the audio for the call, and anyone, all of you guys, when you're not talking, you can listen to the audio from the call on the stream, and you can see the visuals on the stream. And this is just like a little more production quality for the recorded meeting. It's not really going to interfere or affect our communication on the meeting probably too much. And my thinking with the streaming is to introduce us to a wider audience, guys. Share all of your art with gamers, and share all of the developments that we're doing. Eventually. Right now we're streaming into an unlisted YouTube link, so it's just for us. So we're kind of privately here, not going out to the public. But for the other guys who can't make it on the call, my intention is to just stream them this way so that they're indexed immediately. We don't have to edit them, and I can just share the link with the other Story School contributors and some of the other guys in the protocol, the Dolphins, who might be interested in whichever information we're covering on a given week. So let's get into that. Now, Dragon Bro, I was thinking perhaps we could talk about governance structures and the like. I'm trying to tailor the conversation based on who we have here. So we could talk a little bit about audio and music with Darth Vader. And then we've got Galactic Cyclist, Yogi, and Dragon Bro. So given that that's kind of our lineup here. It looks like Elusive Goose is in the house as well, and Hyde is in here with us. So yeah, I'd like to kind of start off with with just some chat with Dragon Bro and Galactic Cyclist and Yogi about this governance building, and having Yogi do a few select more complex structures, more complex geometry. And when I say that, I mean deviating from the cube modeling. So yeah, I just wanted to get a word in with you guys. How difficult, Galactic Cyclist and Dragon Bro, and Yogi, how difficult do you guys think it will be to assign a complex solid the ground block attribute, or to in some other way give it the ground block jumpable attribute?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all. My name is Hermes, and we're about to take a journey. Raise the temperature, fan the flames.
All right, cool. That's really good to hear. So it's fairly simple there. What about the collision detection though, in more complex shapes? Now we start to run into some issues with collision detection, and I'm curious, yeah, what do you think about that in terms of the depth of complexity of the shapes? Like how small of bevels and architectural flourishes are helpful and good, and then at what point do they kind of become like an imposition to the collision detection?
Masculine, feminine, one and all. My name is Hermes, here to entertain the party. Bonafide alchemical energy to blast through all the fiction.
That is not something I've delved into, but I've seen other people delve into it, and I know it's easy. I've just never used it.
Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's really exciting, actually, then, to hear that you have a little bit of a handle on, some of those issues and how we'll go about addressing them. Let me know if there are like kind of real serious problems with how this model presents a unique edge case that we can't solve, and things of that nature. I think it's important just to make sure that we're not building off a bridge to nowhere in the wrong direction. But yeah, Yogi's been working on that governance building. I'll go ahead and jump in here to some of these visuals on stream. You'll be able to see probably a lot better on stream. So if you want to follow the visuals, I would recommend following the YouTube link in the Story School chat. And if I click on chat plus Discord, I'm going to just kind of talk out loud to sort of until I get a little bit better with doing this stuff, just on autopilot. I kind of have to talk myself through it. All right, cool. So on the stream now, we should see, the Discord loaded here. And I was going to run over to the Story School because there's some great images there. Where are we here? Story chat, maybe art and illustration, probably. Where'd you post those, Yogi? In the chat, probably, huh? Let's see. Yeah, these are epic too.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, where's those ones? There it is. Yeah, this stuff. Okay, so this governance building is becoming, really interestingly complex and everything. So when I was talking to Dak about it, he mentioned, yeah, there's some concerns like with collision detection and jumpability and other things that we're going to really need to make sure that we don't, that we don't fail to consider. But in terms of like the design and everything and what you're achieving here, and then now with the knowledge that, yeah, things will probably link up pretty well, I'm very excited about this governance structure. Question for you, Yogi. Is it hollow on the inside? Can you enter inside of there and look up, or are all of the solids merged and trimmed in a way where there's not just a bunch of scraps floating around on the interior?
Yeah, this is just a bunch of scraps flowing around. To tell the truth, it starts as a box modeling, but a little bit different. I treat it as a boxing extruder. I intend to put the things together to see proportions. Then I was like get excited and start to build detail, but always in the construction in my let me say like this, my native 3D program, which I'm very comfortable to do it. The purpose of that is to be familiar with the construction and try to import this kind of complexity poly elements inside Unity to see how it behaves. It's possible to fix the things around, but when I was creating, I was taking care about the poly numbers, trying to be economic as possible, but is not prepared to be like a fully inside decoration building. I need reference to do that. I can see a lot of things through the windows. I don't know, someone told one idea to make the dome bigger, let's put some art in it. And I say, wow, this is a big idea, could be cool. And it's for sure it's possible. I think the next step is to see how it will behave inside Unity. I said by the size, by the number of polygons and things like that. And if it is expensive enough, it's a good base or a good reference for me to start to build inside Unity more quality tools with Pro Builder and try to read something from it. That was the idea. I know it's a little bit longer process, but I think it will be very cool learning process, especially for me to understand the Pro Builder possibilities and tools, how they work.
Yeah, I love the way that you're making your model so true to this original reference art. It's like you're going through mechanically solving these issues and learning all the tools that you need inside of Pro Builder to accomplish this. So it seems like this asset has been a really cool one for translating your skill set in 3D to learning, the controls in Pro Builder and Unity. So I'm really pleased with how it's looking, actually, once I go back to this original and realize kind of the direction of your design and what you've been doing and following this model. Work on the inside now and work on great, textures and try to find, the problems that you will run into with texturing and texture mapping, and just try to imagine, like, how do you get neon holographic, lines that are oriented correctly through this whole structure. That would be a really challenging task with orienting texture maps. But if it's just a lateral and vertical, just a grid texture, we just apply it to all the surfaces and that are oriented, left to right, that are not at an angle. Then we just have a few roofs and bevels to apply, which it's pretty exciting actually that we might be able to get some kind of cool complexity in the texture. So there's a lot with this. It connects to some of these images for the forum, and the forum is so great. It's all really starting to be populated with some good dialogue. So I'll take you guys over there to, if you're following along on the stream, I just need to load up the browser window really quick so that I can show the forum and what's been going on over there. Chat plus browser, and there we go. Let's see if we can BabelVerse stream.
This is very cool.
Yeah, just kind of thought, like, let's try and keep it, a little bit more spontaneous and casual with the streaming. It just sort of makes it so we can stream a little longer. People need to go, you can go, take off. You can listen to it later. It's recorded right away, so no problem. And then people are on different time schedules, and no problem. So what was I looking for? Oh, forum. So check out forum, guys. I assume that you can see what I'm up to over here, but let me just verify that. Yeah, things run a little slow for me right now. I'm on a Wi-Fi connection, streaming at 1920 while running, soundboard, voice meter, VLC, OBS, Discord. So I'm putting my system through a pretty big challenge, but so far it's been okay. Probably get some frames dropped though. The stream quality is not going to be perfect. All right, so here's the forum, and I would like you guys all to become familiar with the forum. It's forum.babelfish.money, and there's ideas about BabelVerse improvement proposals, 4 of them. Multi-sig addresses for BabelFish Bitcoin Treasury, foundation of RBDC Insurance Fund, fish governance staking rewards, and selection of protocols for generating yield. These conversations, let's see, we're getting some more activity and comments on them, some more insights. Thank you, Elusive Goose, for your participation in the forum. Really cool comments, man. Really cool ideas. Your insights are really interesting. So yeah, there's cool stuff happening with the forum. I just want to make you guys aware of it. Forum.babelfish.money. Create your account. If you know the secret to life, the universe, and everything, then you'll be able to get in. In fact, I think we removed the 42 passphrase to get in. Not sure about that. Hyde maybe can say, but yeah, I think
it was removed.
Cool. Yeah, so actually not cool. It's sad, but I bet a lot of people were like, "What's the password? I don't know." It's because not everyone knows the secret to life. That's the thing we realize in this process, guys. Like we're in a pretty select group that understand the power of the 42. All right, so yeah, there's a forum for you guys to think about your comments. Feel free to make new topics in there, but don't be like me, because sometimes I am inclined to just post a topic that is a kind of more of a brainstorming thing, and look, here it is, another wild idea from Nobax, and it's like at the top of the list here, and I just wish it wasn't. So there's some things like that where we want the focus probably right now to be on these 4 basic BabelFish improvement proposals. And but yeah, feel free to start conversations about other things and to start new topics and everything like that. But just be mindful of the organization of the forum. There's categories that have been set up, and if we need to create new ones and stuff, let us know. It's all work in progress. So appreciate everyone's help with it. And big gratitude to Hyde for assembling it. I'm so excited about it. This is a good time for the soundboard. Let's get a gong. Let's see. Soundboard's not working. That's a little anticlimactic here. Oh well. Here, maybe I can manually do it. Nope, still not working. Oh well. Oh, I know what I did. All right, so I won't distract us with that right now. So let's get back onto the governance and what's going on there. I think we've got. Let me update the stream so you guys come back over to Discord with me. Yeah, and so yeah, Yogi, great work on the governance building, on getting dialed in with Pro Builder. Love to see some more textures and stuff, experimenting with that. I do love this idea of having the George Washington colonial hair fish within the tuxedo.
Of course.
Wouldn't that be funny? That's a statue.
Of course. It has to be to build this model. I think I have. I think it's already done. This yellow Babel fish. It's done. I can try to put this style and makes a big statue. It could be great. But I think the first thing I will focus is inside the building, because this, of course, is a challenge. to do it. And let's see how it goes. But I think this George Washington statue would be great.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious to see this fish with a colonial white George Washington, wig going. Just sort of a little silliness. So yeah, I love it. Okay, cool. On this forum location though, now you guys can start to picture, right, when you can see Yogi's governance building, and you can kind of say, okay, well that's where we'd vote, right? We'd go in there and we can see the UI for the Bitocracy, for our fork of the Bitocracy, for our quadratic voting. But then before you went in that governance building to vote, for weeks you might be coming over here to a building that's like a forum location where the fish are jumping around and interacting with the forum content that would populate in some sort of UI overlay. So yeah, that's sort of the idea here, is to have this forum area, which links up to our forum.babelfish.money, and then to have the governance building, which would link up to our fork of the Bitocracy. So really excited about that. And thank you guys for all your work on that, and it's looking really cool. And then also Darth Vader, man, I was just wow, I'm just getting a 3-hour playlist. That's what we're listening to right now on the stream. I really wish there was a way to play the audio through Discord, and I know there is, so I just need to I'll work on that, because I think it'd be awesome if you guys could get this audio in Discord, so you don't have to go anywhere separately. But yeah, the audio playlist here is like a 3-hour playlist, a lot of copyrighted stuff, so this wouldn't go out publicly. What was that?
I think it was just the background noise from my room. Don't worry about it. When I heard my name, I just unmuted myself. I thought I had to discuss something. That's why I unmuted, and that's
cool.
what you heard.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, well, it's really neat hearing all your tracks. So I've been like, here comes one now. If you're on the stream, probably like 5 or 10 seconds from this time, you'll be able to hear your lobby track boot up, and it's cool. It's got a nice feel as you're in the playlist. You got like a 3-hour playlist of mostly like a lot of synthwave, 80s retro, and stuff that I really like, that I just wanted to have for while we're hanging out. But
I just went on stream, and yeah, I heard it. I'm also working on I don't want to say similar one to this, but some arcade-ish vibes, and also some hyperspace synths in the background. I'll probably send a demo today or tomorrow.
Right on, man. That'd be awesome to see and hear. And yeah, it's so cool to find the unanticipated uses for some of these tracks, both inside of BabelVerse and then also, on the stream, because they can live in BabelVerse. And then I'm using these tracks like, as kind of stamps, like audio branding, so that, when you hear the Babelfish money. So be thinking that way too, Darth Vader, that all of these, you want to drop Babelfish and Babelfish money like in some way on everything that you do, so it's almost like inscribed into the audio. Yeah, like a tag. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be everything all the time. It could become like a little bit obnoxious, right, if we're not tasteful with it. But you know what I mean? Like that way, if you hear anything you do for this project, you go, oh, that was something that was, and one way that you can do that that gives you some flexibility with it is like you've done like in the beginning or the end in an intro, that works well. But yeah, it's super cool to hear a lot of the audio elements come together. So if anyone who's watching on the stream right now, I'll drag the playlist to the very beginning. There it is, DeFi Dojo. So you'll be able to hear on stream at this time in the background, some of these audio elements, and some of this like Stephen Hawking voice. And it's just so cool to be able to sing and say whatever you want, without having to get in a vocal booth and have a vocalist or something, and even to have a different and potentially more interesting audio palette by grabbing, like there's so much stuff from here, from Bruce Lee YouTube videos. I just download them and cut the audio and edit it, slow it down, whatever, change the pitch on it. And so we've got like Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles saying silly things, and Master Shredder's in here. And this is just like, a way of, I think, creating an ambiance and experimenting with the types of sounds that we want to have inside of BabelVerse. Like that one right there, that was Michelangelo when he says, a fellow chucker, eh? When he does the, nunchuck battle in the Ninja Turtles movie. And there's just other stuff like that that's kind of like, I guess, like in a nerdy way, kind of cool and special to me. Like it's always just been something that I enjoy. And so, yeah, to that end, like all of that kind of stuff, I'd love to hear from you guys, because you guys are in different parts of the world with different nostalgia memories because of the cartoons that played in your life where you were, or because of the the media and the experiences and the video games that were available to you, and those would be different from mine. So I would just love to see that type of stuff, more of that type, you guys sharing those things that kind of make you feel warm and fuzzy about gaming and about online community and things like that. I love the art, I love the music, and taking that music and stitching it into our playlist so that the shorter tracks, maybe they're 45 seconds, can be interspersed in between 3 and 4 minute and 5 minute songs that are a little bit longer, and so you kind of have a continual background reminder of the cool art and theme music that we're trying to use to set the stage for these environments. So yeah, that's about it. I wanted to test out the streaming with you guys and show you what I've been up to with that. There's all kinds of amazing plugins I've already downloaded and installed that will be great to use. And then this one is branded for BabelVerse, as you can see. This is just the first one I did and the reason why I started it. But I plan to just clone this and make one for Story School. And then I plan to clone it and make one for Hitchhiker's Guide to DeFi. And then clone one and brand one up for Babelfish Money community calls and stuff, whatever else we want to do on the larger protocol stream. So there's some great things, I think, some great options with like motion graphics and bringing on motion graphics. So it'd be cool to be thinking of that, right here on stream. I can hide and show anything, and it will animate on and off screen, so that it provides a lot of opportunities for really high quality, low investment communications, where you can say, like, say you have a bullet point list of the agenda that we want to talk about in our community call. Maybe we have like 5 or 10 bullet points, and we can have them just fly in and animate on screen. When it's time to talk about the next bullet point, just queue up that asset so it flies on screen, and things like that are graphics with our protocol statistics would be really interesting in a stream, WebB format. And so I'm really excited about some of that. Now, in terms of what to work on this week, I think we kind of blocked out 2 weeks for governance and forum, so I think we stay the course on that. I would like to see this week Yogi branch out into creating a 3D representation of the forum, outdoor theater, the sunken theater, or however we refer to that. Ohm's been drawing some stuff that's great. He's not here with us at the moment, but I do like what Ohm was doing there. The intention was for Ohm to pass off an asset, an unpainted asset, to Bisa this week, and to see how that collaboration would flow. So I need to reach out to Bisa and see, if he's been working on that or if he's ready to go. And then also just want to remind everyone in the protocol, the deliverables have been a little bit light, guys. Not really for anyone here, to be honest with you guys. So this may not really apply to you guys, but we're gonna be making the most of the resources that we have for the development fund. At all times, we're thinking of how do how do we get the maximum efficiency here, because we're so early, right, in the protocol. Every fish is really valuable now because the price is low relative to where we think it will be. So if we issue a bunch of fish rewards and we're not getting a lot of production for it, then it's a lot more wasteful than we might realize, right, in the long term. So we're kind of thinking about that in terms of, let's find ways to make sure that everyone's properly incentivized to do the work, because we want you guys to get paid, and we want you guys to get paid well. So anyone who's like, if you're doing an image a week and that's your deliverables, and you did 3 images this week, you'll be comped for 3, and likewise with 2 or 1 or 0. So just be aware of that. That's not new. It hasn't changed, but we haven't been very rigorous about applying it because we haven't really had the systems built out for it. But starting this week, we will have a spreadsheet for all of the Story School artists that will just have a place where you can link your contribution for that week. So here we are on Tuesday, we're having our stream, we're talking, I'll share the spreadsheet link with you guys, and you can just link your assets. Okay, Samurai Badger did this, link, posted it to, sent it to me in a Google Drive, or posted it to the group. I think that's the way. Post it in the group, and then copy the link to your post in the Discord art and illustration group. So you're going to share your song or your animation or a picture of your 3D model or whatever your contribution is on that Tuesday. You're going to share it in the art and illustration channel in Story School, and then you're going to copy. And I'll go ahead and demo this while I'm talking. I don't know why I'm just kind of thinking it out. So I was abandoning the stream visuals, but let me get over here and I'll show you. Click on art and illustration. And for example, this week, Ricky Satia sent Art sent. So he sent this to me in private message, and it's really quite cool, guys. Let me show that to you. So he's added the scale and the buildings, to make Fiaticon appear as a Godzilla size. I asked him, is there a way that we can just have him towering over some skyscrapers and stuff, so we get a better sense of his scale? And here he is, so he's looking pretty cool. But I'm not showing him on the stream. Let me get over here to, I guess, chat plus browser. Yeah. All right, cool. So if you're checking the stream right now, you'll see him, Fiaticon, popping up, looking huge. And I really like the way that this came out. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it also. So this link, we would say, okay, we're just gonna copy either the link or the asset. This was private message, but what I'm proposing that we do as anytime we're submitting our art for the week, we paste it in here as not just the link, probably just the actual raw asset when you're able. I just don't want to save it to my desktop and grab it and drag it in here, but you'd save it in here, and then you right click the field and you say copy message link. Okay, we're gonna link our contributed assets to just like a spreadsheet that will reconcile our deliverables. So I hope that will be helpful for everyone to kind of say, all right, this was my contribution this week, and this is my one for next week. Because I think the tendency is just okay, it's not quite done yet. Let me work on it for a few more days, and then an asset can get stretched out into a 2-week asset, and that's cool. And I think that we should still be rewarded for that if we're requesting everyone hey, do more work on it. Add this, add that. As long as it's clear that the effort has been put in there. So I'm really actually pleased with this Fiaticon image and a lot of the images that are coming in. But I'm realizing that we do need a little bit better rubric to make sure that we can track the contributions and get everyone rewarded for what they're doing. All right. I'm about ready to close it up. Any last comments? I haven't heard from Galactic Cyclist, and I would love to hear from you if you don't have too much going on where you're at. Hyde, I know, since you're with us, it'd be good to speak if there's anything else that I need to be aware of that you want to share. Well, there we go.
I'm here. I'm just trying to get some code done.
Nice. So what are you working on at this exact moment, cyclist? What are you cycling on? Are you riding your stationary bike while you code as well?
No, actually, I just got that yesterday. We just set it up, and I haven't been able to get my son off of it, so I'm hoping to get on it before he gets home.
Nice. That's really cool, man. That's really exciting, actually. So you're gonna be able to train and ride your bike and train for your competitions while you're building BabelVerse.
Not exactly. No, I can't put hands on the computer while I'm doing that. But the point is, I don't have to go somewhere. I can actually do it in my house.
All right. Well, don't worry. Soon we'll have Elon Musk neural lace, and you can just put that in your brain, and you won't have to type ever again. You just think, interact with the AI. Never. Not me, man. Never. I'm like the most tech enthusiastic non-transhumanist you'll ever meet. Love technology. Don't want it implanted in my brain, though. Yeah. Just a hard pass for me. Well, cool. So, in terms of what you're doing right now, what are you working on? How's it going?
Integrating the NFT maker with the BabelVerse and trying to get the Babel run as well. It's basically, I'm refactoring a bunch of code repositories so things don't collide as I start to bring them in. Okay, cool. I was gonna send you a link to my OBS customization because I figured out how to change my custom OBS stream colors, in the config files. But then I was having a little trouble getting exactly what I wanted, and I was like, don't bother him with this. Like, it's just so exciting. I don't know anything about OBS stream at all.
Okay, yeah, well, I just meant like the, you could put new skins on like VLC player or any kind of executable. Discord has some customizable skins and stuff, and so I was customizing the skin for my OBS install because I frequently will have it show on screen, and I thought it'd be cool if I could customize it so it was like Babelfish colors at least, so when it's showing on screen it still is like branded. But yeah, I was like, okay, all right, let the man work, like I'll solve this little random thing that I'm trying to do. Like I had it all queued up. I was like, oh yeah, Galactic Cyclist could probably easily help me with this, and find the right patch of code to insert this. But then I actually was using Notepad++. When you're editing system files, like let's say you need to do a find and replace inside of like several different files, do you use that feature in Notepad++ where you just like open up a bunch of text or HTML or CSS or whatever, or JSONs, and then you can find and replace all open documents and then save all and then close it all? Have you had occasion to do that many times?
I use all the IntelliJ tools. I use all JetBrains. So I use like IntelliJ, Rider, WebStorm, PHPStorm, DataGrip. I use all their tools. They all pretty much have those kind of features built in. So it's rare that I use like just a text editor.
Nice.
I've moved away. I personally prefer IDEs, especially ones like these that are integrated with it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have find and replace. Like I can find and replace and go and edit like massive directories of code all in one shot if I want to.
Cool. Yeah, we're talking to Dark Knight's been talking about putting up an ad on our website for a CTO. He wants to have like a forward-facing dev who can be more interactive on our community calls and be more of a community-centered presence on the dev team, but also coordinating between the various developers who are assisting with building bridges and building out the UI and all that and the governance. So as you continue adding to your skills, your crypto knowledge, and using all of your wealth of industry experience and the high level competent developer that you are, I hate to imagine the protocol stealing you away from BabelVerse, because that would be horrible. We need you. But at the same time, yeah, it's possible. I could imagine that, you know, you could be a real great asset on the core protocol development front too. And I think as that is discovered, we're going to have to fight to keep you on the BabelVerse because, yeah, I know you have some skills that'll be really useful for everything that we're doing with XUSD and stablecoin aggregation and everything like that too. So yeah, be thinking about that always as you're developing, as you're getting deeper into crypto and DeFi, that there are roles, you know, as you know, lead development roles, you know, for this protocol that are gonna be advertised soon. And you know, if you think that you have the skill set based on the requirements and everything, you know, don't hesitate to share your resume and stuff too.
Sure.
Nice. All right, well, let's close it up, guys. We got Darth Vader's awesome Game Boy music. It's a good one to end on. I'll stop the stream. You guys are always welcome to listen back, so I'll share it in the group. Listen back and share that with anyone in the protocol who wasn't able to make it here, you think might benefit from hearing the stream today. In the future, last thing I want to close up on is everyone in the protocol who's working on BabelVerse or Story School, guys, it's so helpful if you guys create yourself a Twitter account and an Instagram account and a Twitch account and a YouTube account with your handle, right? With your Dragon Bro, with your DeFi Yogi, with your Galactic Cyclist, with your Hyde, and so forth, you know, because at the very beginning, you know, right, as we start to grow our social media following and share everything that we're doing with these streams, you know, as we open them up and share them more publicly in the future, you know, this stuff is interesting to some people to watch and see. We're trying to make it, you know, entertaining in a way in terms of the graphical components and everything, and adding some music and having chat overlay. So when you guys have, and not just you guys, because you guys will be more inclined to speak, you know, conversationally with the audio, but we do have a lot of guys in the protocol who would prefer to type their chat, type their message. And so, you know, I would really love it if you guys would create a YouTube account so that the next time we have our stream next Tuesday, I'll have it branded as a Story School stream, and we'll have this one separate for BabelVerse. And we would love for you guys to subscribe to that YouTube channel and just pile in with the comments. Say, hey, I'm here, you know, oh, sorry, I'm late. All right, you know, I got to leave early today. You know, whatever, you know, get in the comments, because this chat feed will stream through and populate, and it will really index a more interactive community experience. And it's just a nice way, if you don't want to interrupt the speaker but you want to introduce you know, an idea or give some feedback really quick, the text-based comment feed is awesome for that. So anything that you comment, I'm using Restream to aggregate the comments, so anything that you comment on YouTube or Twitch, or even in I do have a Discord channel linked up on the BabelVerse one, but I was testing it, wasn't working great. But yeah, anything that you comment on the social media side will come right here into the chat. And I would really like to not only have your guys help in testing that real life, because I could push the test button, but I haven't actually had anyone subscribe and had anyone comment to make sure that's working on stream. So please do create your social media accounts, and that connects to everything, guys. So that way you're going to submit your art or your song. Then when we share it, and the protocol social media through the adoption school, it'll go up on Twitter, it'll go up on Instagram and everything. But then in all those places, we will tag you, and it will grow your social media presence, and you can reshare it. It'll help grow our social media presence. And then from there, you know, you've got that share happening. Then when we come back the following week and we do this stream, well, then I can go to the social media pages through the browser. I can say, look, on Twitter, we posted DeFi Yogi's image, and we posted OM's image, and Isa's image, and Wakwa's. I can just review with you guys the images that were posted on the social media, and make sure that everyone's getting their contributions added to the deliverables spreadsheet that you'll have starting this week. So yeah, it's a package kind of a deal where we want to have it all. We want to have your communication on the social media front and in the stream and in the Discord, and then we want to remash that social media content on the stream so that we have a way of sharing that in a more comprehensive, full perspective. We want, when people come in here to view what we're doing, to see that there's a lot of engagement happening with it. So I think that adds to the interest behind what we're doing, right? It's not just like one guy or a couple guys, but that there's a team of us who are all sharing our ideas and adapting what we're doing dynamically based on that feedback. And we're already having that, so to be better about capturing it and sharing it with the world, I think is actually a really innovative thing, and I think it puts us in a great position in terms of inviting people in to come and participate in this decentralized, multiverse stablecoin aggregator alternative to the centralized fiat scum system. 11:53, time to wind it down. Last comments, last thoughts, chime in now. Otherwise, I'll probably just fade the music down and send you guys out the link.
No, that's about the sliced images. Last week we talked not to post all the images, that we get a little bit of support when we need it. I was thinking into go to the first images we published of Visa's first hand rendering. And what do you think about that? Can we go with it? We know that one post a week is a very little thing, but at least one a week, I think is good. We sustain it until market in this way be our objective, our primary objective. So I think we have to sustain at least one sliced image a week. What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. In terms of the one image slice per week, that don't stop doing that. That's so helpful, so valuable to keeping those social media pages active and content going there. But you could see. So I was listening to Sovereign's community call, most recent community call last night, just kind of staying up current with the Sovereign community and what's going on there. And they brought on Malba to do social media adoption. In a more, active way with the protocol. And, they've been great in terms of their content. I mean, they've been producing a lot of content, communicating really, I think, quite a lot graphically and with text, and with some motion graphics too. And I just think that they've been pretty good with their announcements and with everything, and just rolling out communication really well. We're not doing things at that level yet. We're ramping up to that. And to some extent, we don't intend to really sow into marketing in a big way until we feel ready. But yeah, like you say, just kind of building those presences slowly and sharing that content is good. But yeah, I don't mean to suggest that it's necessary for every contribution that is made in a given week to be shared on social media in that week. No. The compensation document that will have your deliverables as a separate tab on it, or as just a separate document, the deliverables document is what I should call it. The deliverables document would be a place where you can add your contribution to the Story School art and illustration chat, and then you're going to right-click that post, copy that link, and paste it into the deliverables spreadsheet. And the deliverables spreadsheet will have an index of your contributions by week. And then that way, when we are ready to share it on social media, we have that repository of images, and when it's time to issue the compensation, We have a clear accounting of how many assets were contributed in that compensation period, by who and for how much. So yeah, it's just sort of the Space Invader designation is for people who are coming in maybe once every couple weeks or months, or only once, one-time deal, and deliver something for us, do a deliverable for us. But for all of the other roles, the fish, the tropical fish, the puffer fish, the shark, the dolphin, for all of these protocol roles, we're finding the most efficient ways to ensure that we can, because it becomes almost burdensome to micromanage every little transaction, every little contribution, which you don't want to have that. That's not a form of efficiency or savings. If you spend more time just micromanaging, you spend the same money, you get less deliverables and more bureaucracy. So we want to avoid that, but at the same time, yeah, I think it's just a good way to say, looking back, any artist can say, this is what I've done. This, and this.
Yeah, I think I have. I'm looking the jobs, the last jobs, and I found Owen's hand draw of BabelVerse in a motorcycle in a notebook paper, which is a very cool concept. And I was thinking to post it. Maybe we can talk a little bit later. I don't know if it's the purpose of this meeting, but we can talk about it to post it, because I think it's very cool and different from final art. I think it can be like a break or something different in these slides images in Instagram.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm really a lot about, I've said this before, about showing the process, revealing the process. I think, that's what, in a way, I mean, it's sort of like when a magician reveals his tricks, you kind of go, to me, it adds something. I mean, a lot of people, they don't like that, it's like, no, leave the mystery, leave the mystique, but I prefer to see the raw truth of how things are. And so that applies to art as well. And I don't like things sugar-coated and you know what I mean? I prefer to see what's what. So I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, if you just show a sketch only, and that's just your image post, hey, check out this new sketch, I feel like that's sort of like a way of saying it's not showing the vision, the completed vision. It's just showing the sketch, the idea. So I prefer to wait before sharing any kind of sketch and on social media, but instead wait until the sketch has been developed or collaborated to a completed state, and then create an animation that just glitches between the sketch and the finished asset. And that way, when people come to see that social media post, a sketch, that's an interesting sketch, and then boom, it animates into the finished painted work, and you can appreciate the finished work, but then you also have a deeper appreciation for where it began and how it got there. So that's what I would hope to see with the draft sketch process, and that applies to all of our digital stuff too. So if you're in Photoshop, or in Pro Builder as well, Yogi, feel free to grab screen captures along the way, and you're doing that naturally because you're sharing with us as you go, and that can be for everyone. If I drew a sketch, I shared it. I colored it a little bit, I shared it. And then I finished it and I shared it. Well, now it's easy for me to go into Premiere Pro and I can tell a story about what you did. That's what I want to do. And I think if you guys have the formula to just feel that way, sharing your stuff, then it makes it easy for us to just spontaneously do that. And then as those things happen spontaneously, we kind of refine the parameters of the content calendar, so that it meets our needs for that. So we say, okay, well, get your sketches in on Wednesday, get your colored images in by Friday, that sort of a thing. I don't particularly think that works well for a DeFi protocol. I'm experiencing it in real time that it doesn't work as well in theory. or in practice to have hard dates and deliverables, because a lot of our artists and contributors are not doing this full time. They have children or jobs, and so it's a big ask to have all these multiple days in a week when you have deadlines during the day and all that, and who knows when the day is for any given person, where they're located. So yeah, I just think I'm trying to be sensitive to the reality of the unique worldwide community that we are. And the streaming has been the best answer for that. But yeah, some of these other things with sketches and showing our process will be a part of that too. Partially because since we can't all get on the call at the same time every Tuesday and get the image in at noon on Wednesday, since we can't operate in that localized, conventional, centralized way, that's fine. It's our strength as well, right? That we are decentralized. So how can we take the potential frustrations and challenges that might come from with that strength and convert those also into additional strengths, because that's how I see it. We're decentralized, that's good. So, but we're having a hard time getting everyone on the call at the same time. That's difficult. What's the answer? Well, I think this is a part of it. And then with the social media, it's the same thing. There's a lot of these guys, we're hardly even awake in the same hours of the day. You know what I mean? We might have like an hour or two of overlap. And so yeah, that's the thinking here, is just as the weeks go by, I'm becoming more and more aware that there's some of this stuff that you have to build it for for the case as it is. You can't build it for the old world. We can't make something that works in theory, right? We have to do something that works for us now, that works for what we're making and for our lives. Yeah, so that's what I want for you guys to be able to go, I could show up today. Novak's talked for a little bit longer today, and I decided to peace out because I want to go to the park with my kid. And I told him that, Novak's, I got to peace out to go to the park with my kid. You're going on forever today, man. Keep it up, though. Sounds good. Or maybe in the stream, bro, you sound tired. It's cool. It should be casual. It should be informal. Yeah. And this is Billy Cobham, by the way, guys. Just so you know, this guy is one of the best drummers of all time. I mean, he plays this jazz fusion, and when I got his album, I was like 13 years old, got it as a CD, put it in my little RCA 3-disc changer, cranked it up to full volume, and I just entered a whole nother universe where I realized that all this instrumental music and stuff that I had kind of been like, well, whatever, it's just some elevator music, that there was like a whole depth of nuance and flavor and subtlety and taste to it, And that's really like the case with everything, my brothers, as you are contributing these assets and you're sweating out, well, should I do this line or that line? Or no, that doesn't look quite right. You guys are breathing life into something new, and it's a really, truly beautiful thing. So that's my intention from the beginning, is help to communicate that to the world, because I'm so impressed with it. I'm so pleased and grateful and excited about it that it's just my natural desire is to build a beautiful frame to put it in. You know what I mean? So I hope that you guys keep painting so we can keep framing.
Let's go.
Call it good. What's our sign off? BabelFish never die. I like that slogan. What do you think, Dragon Bro? Are you still with us? You want to tell everyone your thing you're most excited about right now with BabelVerse before we go? What's number one on your list? Dragon Bro's obviously just pretending to be in the meeting. He's muted. He's run off. How about you, Elusive Goose? You got any comments to add? Anything to share with us before we close up?
Not really. Sorry.
Really love your forum comments, brother. Really love your comments, man. You're really thoughtful, and you raised some great points. So Keep it up over there.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then also in the group with the, some of these concepts and, it's just like you can't really put it's so. I've always been sort of like the idea guy. What do you call that? Stereotype. You know what I mean? Like, I got an idea. And so I always really appreciate, good conceptualization. And but I've also realized the challenge, right, in monetizing that, right? Because then people can kind of go, good idea, I'll go build it now. So yeah, I want to find more ways to reward those good ideas. So something that we were talking about with the dolphins the other day, Goose, that might be interesting to you, man. We want to initiate like a reward on the forum. We were talking about like a monthly reward, maybe for the top 3 or something like that, most insightful or useful or helpful comments on our forum.babelfish.money forum. So yeah, I think that would be kind of cool for you and for everyone else here to know about too, is just kind of additional incentive to be contributing in a thoughtful way. Don't just think like, what do I want for me, right? I mean, because that's what creates, I think, a lot of conflict actually in these forum communications, when you have some people advocating for a specific group in the protocol, like, the stakers on the AMM are the only thing that matters, so we want 100% of everything, and the governance wants everything. And sometimes you see that happening and it's like, come on guys, like none of those views are realistic. Like if you're a staker or if you're on the AMM, you need to be thinking about how to make the best protocol. And that means that if you're staking, you need to be thinking about how to make sure there's a liquid market for fish, that your staked fish has value, which means you need to reward the AMM. It's obvious stuff. So, but when you make those comments and you say, well, I think a good distribution is, this and this because of this, then I think it just, it just frames the conversation in a way where people can see that, we're not going to build a long-term sustainable, a real successful vision if we're building it for, one isolated component of that protocol. It just doesn't make sense. So you see those kinds of conversations happen on forums. It happen a lot on Sovereign's forum. It will probably happen on ours. But to the extent that people are thoughtful and making those comments in a way that that comes across, we're gonna find a way to reward for that. So hopefully that's something that you can capitalize on, because I think your comments are already in that. I'm gonna be voting for you already. If I had to vote right now, there's a couple of your comments that I would say are rewardable. They're that good.
Oh, thanks. I'll try to think about how the system might work for that.
Right on, man. Cool. Well, thanks again, all. We love and appreciate the work that you guys are doing and who you are. Everyone here, like I reiterate this from time to time, but everyone here has not only been willing to give of themselves and of their time voluntarily without compensation prior to being brought on as a compensated contributor. So you kind of you had your hazing. You said, hey, this is what I think. This is how I like the art. This is, and nobody. I think nobody started here. Nobody that's here now started here because there was a big chunk of financial compensation offered to do that. And so for that reason, it's like we have this very kind of grassroots community of people who feel strongly about DeFi and crypto and know maybe a little bit more than some of a newer user. So yeah, those comments and that that culture that builds the protocol. Like, you guys are the foundational community upon which the culture of this whole protocol will grow as it scales. So we do want to have people who are patient and caring, and who are humble and hardworking, And so as you guys look for people to bring in to help with us, you know, for all the work that we're doing, artists who are talented, Wakwa suggested Ricky, and Ricky produced this epic image. So there's going to be a referral reward for Wakwa for that, assuming that Ricky wants to continue with us, which I think he probably will. And so, yeah, likewise, in addition to the forum comments, yeah, get on there, guys. Make those comments, make them thoughtful. But also, when it comes to the when it comes, yeah, sorry, I've just got to close up here in the next two minutes. So, yeah, get those comments on the forum. And then, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but it's not relevant. I got my family coming home, so I got to go and open the door for them and get lunch and all that. So have a fantastic afternoon, my friends, and we'll pick this up next week. Any questions or comments, get at us all in the chat. And, yeah, I'll send the stream link as well. Actually, I already did, so that'll be up in a second. You can watch it again or share it with anyone who might want to see it. All right, guys, see ya. Have a great one.
Okay, bye guys.